recall getting up today around 11:30 in the morning because I went to bed last night at around 5:30 in the morning. Within half an hour, I was having a cup of coffee and one of those, I think, they're cranberry muffins with some nuts. As a little breakfast. And throughout the day, Dad did some more cleaning up of his apartment unit. In preparation to complete the process of moving out of it and moving into his new house. If I recall correctly, I think he focused more on his bedroom today. But I also did work on the living room too. Though there was also a point towards the very end of the day, maybe around 10 p.m. or so, in which I helped him carry big cardboard containers full of comic books, a couple of those containers full of comic books, and sports cards. I helped carry those containers into his car, though we didn't actually go to his house at that time. And now that area of the spare room currently looks like this, compared to how it looked the last time I showed you that area. I think I did that yesterday. We still have the cardboard container full of polystyrene that we got from Bill's apartment the other day. Dad and I actually went to Core Life to get this bowl. Though it was after we went to his new house, borrowing Mom's car, since it's a larger SUV, in order to transport some big-ish pieces of furniture from Dad's apartment unit to his new house. I would either help lift the piece of furniture or help Dad by holding doors open while staying out of the way, to the side basically. This took at most 5 minutes of work. Then we were off to Core Life. To get my usual, though it doesn't look like my usual because the Core Life location we went to still doesn't have pork. So I opted for chicken. Though I first considered getting steak. But then Dad said, how about chicken? And I still got the usual Korean barbecue sauce. Since it's always tasted good. After we got the bowls, it was around 3 p.m. at this point. Maybe 3:30 p.m. Somewhere between those two times. We went back to the apartment unit. And I continued to do what I did throughout the day. Which was to work on the 99th Dan Hammond episode. At this point, I'm focusing on getting the sizing, location, and coloring of a custom prop of Kate or Caesar's mom's face just right, with their eyes removed, so I can then use the pupil custom prop along with, I ended up using a white circle prop. That way I don't have to worry about the edges of a rectangle prop. all this is ultimately done, so I'll have full control of the direction of Kate's pupils. And I could then make her look at her son Caesar during a brief scene while Dan Hamming's talking to Kyle, the Uber driver. Dad and I stayed at the apartment unit until around 5 p.m. Then we went to first pick up his friend Bill from his apartment unit. And then we drove to Salvatore's. At the very start of the period between coming back from Core Life, though right before he went to Core Life Eatery, there was a brief period in which Dad and I visited my mom in order to return her car and get Dad's car. And in which I tried looking for a polystyrene block similarly shaped to the one I used to do the Aaron Rodgers drawing. Since I figure that's the kind of shape I'm going to need to do a Harvey Quinn polystyrene drawing to go with that second Joker polystyrene drawing I did not that long ago. Mom recently posted pictures of both the Joker and the Aaron Rodgers drawings on Facebook, and from the comments, one of her friends said that they would be interested in buying both that new Joker polystyrene drawing and a drawing of Harvey Quinn. Thing is, I don't know at this time if they want pre-Suicide Squad Harley Quinn, in which she kind of looks like a jester with a red and black jester with the symbols that represent the different suits of a deck of playing cards, or post Suicide Squad Harley Quinn, where her appearance is more akin to that of a cheerleader, with both makeup and hair dye. I did a Harley Quinn drawing before, but it was the pre-Suicide Squad drawing. At Salvatore's, which we came to at around 6 p.m. And right before we were supposed to go, I got a roughly 16.5-minute phone call from what could best be described as either a robocall or a telemarketer call, but their intention isn't to sell me anything, and it wasn't really a robot. Maybe just pre-recorded human responses for the first part, then to an actual human when I was transferred. Basically, someone live is what I meant. Basically, the purpose of that call, just patiently answered all of the questions to the best of my ability. Though I got a bit confused at a few points. It's meant to be, I guess, a sort of free service to help look for employment opportunities. In my case, legal / criminal justice jobs and art / design jobs. I think they're going to be sending me an email, but I'm not sure if I'll actually take them, since I could look, but technically right now I'm currently self-employed, since I have some polystyrene drawing commissions. At Salvatore's, Dad, his friends, Bill and Andy and I, we didn't pick up Andy. He just happened to be there with us at the bar area, which we generally sat in the middle of. We watched the live Bills versus Titans football game, while also at points simultaneously watching the Vikings versus Eagles game. The Vikings facing off against the Eagles. I didn't feel too good about it. Dad, me, and Bill all came wearing Vikings merchandise. For me and my dad, it was a jersey. And for Dad and Bill, it was a hat. There was a point in which we ordered a pizza with classic pepperoni, bacon, and sausage, a medium. Then later, an older man kindly came up to the bar area from one of the dining room tables and offered me a couple slices of pepperoni pizza on one of those pink paper Salvatore's plates, which I gratefully accepted. In total, I think I had roughly 3 slices of that bacon pepperoni sausage pizza. And then towards the end, maybe around 10 p.m. at this point, Dan and I got a crispy chicken and bacon pizza to go, basically in order to have something for tomorrow. And then between those two events, before we got that pizza to go, Dad and I got and shared an order of fried dough, which was crispy with the right amount of hotness. I think I'm in need of an update for the Pond of Autumn, even though this new Pond of Autumn would end up producing divine seeds instead of mana. It's not an emergency net yet, but it is a daily exclusive building I don't yet have. I think both of the football games we watched simultaneously on different flat screen TVs. At the flat screen TV area, bar area, I think for the first quarter. They ended up being pretty interesting. Both teams kind of staying neck and neck, but then the Eagles managed to pull away, since I think there's a tendency for the Vikings to not have a very good defense. And for some reason, though, they typically make that up with a good offense. But I think their offense was a bit off tonight. As for the Buffalo Bills, they managed to pull away during the second quarter, and especially during the third quarter, I think, from what I recall. Both teams getting plenty of touchdowns. The Philadelphia Eagles, and the Buffalo Bills. Everyone was excited for the Bills versus Titans game, but I paid more attention to the Vikings versus Eagles game because I knew that Dad's favorite team is the Minnesota Vikings. As for me, I don't really have a favorite team in particular. The closest would be the San Francisco 49ers. If only because San Francisco seems like a pretty interesting and diverse city, and the 49ers was the team Colin Kaepernick was on when he kneeled in order to stand up against systematic racism. Systemic racism? I also recall Colin Kaepernick making an anti-texting while driving PSA. I have recollections of that. The whole time I was at Salvatore's, I had several glasses of iced water. For my first drink, it's called a Violet Voltage, according to the best of my ability. Has vodka, pink lemonade, and lemon juice. And I only had one beer. Stella Bill gave me because he left around that time. I think it was around the time that I was kindly given those couple slices of pepperoni pizza, or right before we got the order of fried dough. I'm thinking. At one point during the 11 p.m. Moving stuff from Dad's apartment unit to his car, he used his dolly to help get this older, kind of bulky television that by this point he hadn't watched in years because it didn't work, but it had always been in his bedroom. Well, when we got that TV out from his apartment unit on the second floor to the dumpster, using the help of that dolly that I believe he's still borrowed from his parents for the duration of the move into his new house, and then Dad sliding the TV down the stairs while I slid the dolly down the stairs. Ended up kind of bumping him on the stairs due to the bit of unpredictability of the wheels. I helped Dad lift up that bulky TV in order to lift it up into the dumpster. Since that's what Dad wanted to do with that TV, since by this point it hadn't worked in years. He watches a TV on the flat screen that he has in the living room, though as of now, for some reason, it stopped working in the afternoon after I helped Dad move. I believe it's called a living room cabinet that that flat screen TV used to stand on. As of now, he wanted to transport that cabinet into his new house in the afternoon. That flat screen TV now stands on a table. And a pretty small one at that. Barely wider than the stand the flat screen TV is on. Also, at one point at Salvatore's, there was this man, I think either in his 30s or 40s, that sat next to me. At one point, I showed him my recent polystyrene drawings, including the Aaron Rodgers and the new Joker. Let him look around. He had a bit of difficulty operating my smartphone's touchscreen, but he did well enough that he was able to view the new polystyrenes. I got to the gallery folder that contains all of the polystyrene drawings for him, like I do for every single person that I show my gallery of polystyrene drawings. And then a God of War commercial prompted him to ask if I play that game, to which I said that I play PC and mobile games, which is accurate. And then I ended up showing him Bloons Tower Defense 6, which led to me playing a game of Bloons Tower Defense 6. I believe it was an intermediate map using SATA standard hard mode. He liked my polystyrene drawings and called me talented, but that just comes from practice. Drawing on polystyrene with Sharpie markers is something that I like to do, and I'm glad my drawings add value to this man.